It's actually a fantastic event that brings together investors, academics, of course entrepreneurs from both sides of the Atlantic. You know, there's an increasing flow of investment, but also lots of joint ventures, lots of new initiatives. So I guess that this initiative contributes hugely to bridge Silicon Valley and Europe. Well, to be very honest, if you look at recent rankings, there's at least 3 business schools that are among the top 10, along with the other usual suspects coming from the US, no? Led by, of course, Stanford. But among those 3 business schools in Europe, the top one is actually ours, i.e. Business School, followed by London Business School and INSEAD. So this is just the beginning, because what I expect is that in coming years we will see more European business schools in the list of the top 10. And of course, as has happened elsewhere in other industries, we will also see Chinese business schools, other centers coming from Latin America. So things are changing, and the pace of change is very quickly. Another interesting fact is that the number of applications of foreign students to Europe has increased, whereas in the US has dropped by 35% according to GMAC data. So this also points at the fact that Europe may be attracting an increasing number of entrepreneurs. So my hope is that Europe actually will become quickly a leading hub for nurturing and developing entrepreneurs. So in that respect, we will be able to talk about real business face to face with the US and Silicon Valley in old Europe very soon. Well, US has, of course, leading universities, and part of the secret of their success is that they have combined the liberal arts curriculum with a very good specialization. Whereas in Europe, since the 19th century, most university degrees have become specialized from the very beginning. At our university, for example, we emphasize a lot the role of the humanities, because we believe that in order to train good entrepreneurs, they need to have a good knowledge of what's history, what's the arts, what's literature. Entrepreneurs, in the end, need to know much better humanity. And if you compare actually which country, which region produces more entrepreneurs, the one with a liberal arts curriculum or the continent with a specialized curriculum, the answer is obvious, no? So I guess we may learn from the US how to combine humanities with a very strong preparation in STEM. At my institution, for example, we provide a very solid education in digital skills. So if you actually deliver a good solid basis on the humanities, of course a very solid preparation in management as well, but the digital skills, we are actually developing very good entrepreneurs who can actually transform the world. Well, something similar happens in the US. If you look at the top business schools, they belong to private universities. So business and management is probably more the domain of private institutions, which are closer to actual business. But in Europe, we also see great universities that belong to the public domain, that develop big research plans, particularly in the STEM, in the sciences. So I guess that a mixed model combining good private universities, good business schools that may belong to the private realm, along with leading public universities that run these big research programs supported by the government, I guess that's a very good combination. It has been actually the secret of the success of the higher education system in the US. And if we actually support both private and public sectors in Europe, I guess we may achieve similar results. Well, I guess, first you're right. I mean, I consider myself an academic entrepreneur, and we need more entrepreneurs in academia. We need that the academics think and reinvent the world of higher education. But going to your question, my piece of advice would be that they have confidence in themselves, that entrepreneurs are they commit serial failures. So they have to lose the fear for failure, that risk should be part of their day-to-day activities and feelings and skills, that they shouldn't be averse to risk, that they have to take risks. So my piece of advice is that in this uncertain world of creating their own companies, they have to trust in themselves, regardless whether in the short or the medium term they may get failures. That would be my piece of advice.